Okay, y'all, so I always start off with a little butter in my pan. Gonna put a little garlic. And I'm gonna use onion and green bell pepper. We're going to mix it. And to mine, I always use and season it with salt, just regular salt and pepper. When this sweats down, we're going to add our ground beef. That I use ground chuck. I'm not going to have very much grease, and I'm not going to drain it, just because that little grease that's in there is going to add flavor to this. And we're making the broccoli, rice, and ground beef casserole. I'll be back when we get to the next step. Okay, so we've let the vegetables sweat down a little bit. Now we're going to add our ground beef. And you only want to use a pound, because if you use more than a pound, the ground beef overpowers the flavor in this dish. 1 pound of ground beef. That's all you need. This is actually ground chuck. And remember, I'm using ground chuck. And this seems like this may be a little bit more than a pound. But that's fine, because I ended up with brown rice instead of the parboiled rice I used. And so I don't know exactly. Well, I had about 1.5 cups of my parboiled rice, and I had to use another 1.5 cups or 2 of brown rice. So I've never made this with brown rice, but it should be fine. I may have to bake it because it has to be baked. Okay. I'll let that cook. We'll be back. Yeah, I don't normally cook with brown rice, so this is parboiled along with brown because I didn't have enough for parboiled. And so I turned the rice off before it was all the way done, but I left it in the water. And that brown rice had a chance to continue cooking, and so it just about absorbed all the liquid from the water. So I'm going to pour this out. And to this, I am going to add that. And then we got a few other ingredients, and I'll come back and show you. Okay? I'll be back. Alright, y'all, so here we're going to make our broccoli casserole. This is the pot, my Magnolite pot that I actually had the rice in. So I took the rice and I strained it. I washed it in cold water. Remember, I had parboiled and brown rice. So we got 2 textures of rice. I've never made this with brown rice. It's going to be a little healthier, which is okay. We need that. Hold on, y'all. This was 1.5 cups of parboiled rice. The Zatarain's rice is really all I use, and then the rest of that's brown rice. Okay. Made a little mess there. Rinse it off. I like to rinse my dishes as soon as I get the empty stuff out, so I don't want it to harden in there. It makes it hard to clean. Not washing it, but just rinse it out so I can get a chance to wash it. Okay, so there's my rice. Okay, so the vegetables and the ground beef, we're going to add that. There is a little grease in here, and there's also some of the liquor, you know, that comes off of the, I don't want all that though. It's a little too much for me. Y'all know me, I don't cook with a lot of grease. But you know, when your vegetables and stuff sweat, they give off liquid too. Okay, so you got your 4 cups of cooked rice. You have your onion, your bell pepper, and your garlic. Your pound of ground beef. To that, you're going to add a can of cream of mushroom soup. And I always go in and get everything that's in there. And you're going to use a jar of cheese whiz. And everything else is just your seasonings. And I found this recipe, my nephew had come over to my house one day. It was a holiday, maybe Thanksgiving or Christmas. And he had some of this and I was like, oh, let me taste it. I was like, oh, that is so good. My sister-in-law had made it. So I called her to get the recipe and she gave it to me. And it is so good. I took this, I was an HR manager at Lowe's and I took this to a potluck. And I made a big thing of it. And when I come in there to get the thing, a man had taken his finger and was getting everything that was left out. So all you do is mix this together. Fold it all in, mix it all together. And you add your seasonings. Oh, y'all, guess what? I forgot the broccoli. I'll have to come back. I usually do the broccoli with the rice. I didn't do it this time because I wasn't sure about the brown rice. So this is broccoli casserole, and I got to have the broccoli. So I have to come back. Alright, so here we're boiling the broccoli. It's cuts. I really like the spears, but this is going to be fine for today. But so here it is. I'm going to boil it real quick. Okay, y'all, so we had to pause to get our broccoli done. And we've done that. I prefer the spears because I like a big crunch. This is just a chopped. And it still has a little water. I don't want all that water. So we're going to add that. Normally when I make this dish, I boil my broccoli spears along with my rice. But I didn't know, like I said, how the brown rice was going to do. Anyway, so here are the items. Here's all the ingredients. So you're going to stir that in. Then you're going to add your seasonings. Now everybody don't season the same. Some like their food a little more spicier. But I'm going to tell you something. For this dish, you want to include cayenne pepper. You don't need to put a whole lot. But that accentuates this flavor so much. It makes it so good. So I'm telling you, I'm telling you, every time I make this, I get a lot of praise. It's not even my recipe. I'm going to finish mixing this. And I'll bring you back when I finish so you can see what it looks like. Okay, I mixed it really good. So now we're going to add the Tony's. Accent. And I have gotten some response about the MSG. They say it's not good for you. I've been doing my research and they said it hasn't been proven. They've added it into a lot of different dishes to preserve it. It does amp up the flavor a little bit and I use a little. I do. Okay. And now, the star, in my opinion, the red pepper. Like I said, not a lot. I don't use a lot of red pepper, but it bumps this up. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I did off camera go in, put a little bit of this in my hand and taste it before I even put the seasoning. It was okay. And the brown rice, y'all, is not bad. It's coarse, but in this dish, with all the different textures you have anyway, it's really, really not bad. So I'm going to finish mixing this. See what else it needs. If you need to put a little bit more of the ingredients we just used, you can do that. And then you bake it. You know, you bake it for a little while. You can put a little cheese on top. And it's a really good dish. So we'll be back. My confession, I did have to play around with the seasons. I added more tone, a little bit more, just about everything. So now we're going to go in and put the cheese on the top. And this is just basically done, but we're adding this cheese. And then we're going to bake it, let that melt, and let these flavors combine. And that's it. I don't always put the cheese on the top, but I'm going to do it today. And we're going to add a little parsley on the top. I wasn't a big fan of parsley till I started making YouTube videos and watching other people. It does make your food look so good. That's what beautifies it. Makes it pretty. So, only thing I do it for is parsley flakes and paprika for my potato salad, but now I put it on just about everything. So thank you all who I watch for that. Excuse my hand going over here. I want to clean this off before I put it in the oven. And bake it for probably about 20 minutes. If that long. By the time your cheese melt is done. Okay? We're going to put this in the oven and I'm going to come back and show you what everything looks like. Alright. Y'all, I just wanted to come back on and show y'all what this looks like. And remember, I use brown rice and parboiled rice. So I'm not ready to eat yet. This is what it looks like. Let me taste it. You can't tell it has brown rice in it. You do see little pieces of broccoli. You see the meat. And I put some cheese on top. It's good. It's creamy. And like I said, you can't tell it's brown rice. So I think I learned how to cook brown rice. I'm going to start using it more. Especially when I'm going to make a rice dish. You understand what I'm saying? You boil it. And then let it sit like that. And it's good. Alright, y'all. Can y'all see what it looks like? Alright. Y'all have a good day. Much love. Bye. Hey y'all, I'm back on. This is actually Monday. Remember I told y'all on Monday we have leftovers? So I'm actually tasting the Cornish hen. For some reason yesterday I couldn't eat it. But y'all, it is so good and tender. This is the broccoli casserole. It's good and creamy. I don't like it dry. Good and creamy. And really with that brown rice, you can't even really tell it because of the textures. And I also had parboiled rice. And these green beans, that's the ham I actually cooked too long. It's just seasoned. I'm not going to eat it. It's a good dinner though. And actually to me, stuff like this tastes better the next day. Anyway, I thought I deserved to come back in and show y'all. Look, the back part, I cut it in half. And that's the front. That's the side that was baked. The breast side was baked, you know. Alright, y'all. Have a good day. Be blessed.